Hi, beautiful souls. As you can see, I'm back from my adventures and my travels with beloved Dave, and got back yesterday. It's interesting how when we go away somewhere, the very, very pure frequency energy, and then we come back to a place where it's a lot more saturated with humans, which the South is, you really do feel the difference in the energy. Really feel the difference. I look around and I'm grateful for this piece of nature that I'm surrounded by. I'm grateful for the trees and the sea and the big expanse of sky and the nature that lives in these hedgerows and in this little bit of wild space. Beyond this field there's a meadow with wildflowers, which is delightful because you have a lot of beautiful butterflies in this area. So there's a lot to be thankful for. But when you've been somewhere like the Scottish Highlands and you've tasted that clean air, not only the taste of that pure air, but also the frequency of that pure air, it's just magical. And I realised that whilst we can outgrow people, we can also outgrow places. And we may be drawn to a certain place for a certain reason, for a certain amount of time, but we're not necessarily drawn to a place to live there forever, although a lot of people do become very stuck where they live. And I've noticed this over the years, that so many people stay where they are. They stay with the familiar. They stay in somewhere because they get addicted to it. And that addiction can also be very limiting. It's a very limiting way to be. I used to live on the island of Fuerteventura, and I lived there for 6 years. And so many of the islanders, they stay there forever because for fear of missing out, they don't want to leave because they want to be able to say to the tourists, yeah, I've been here for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or whatever else it may be. And they just don't want to grow. They stop growing. They stop moving. They stop expanding. They stop experiencing. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. People can choose what they wish to do. If some people want to stay living in the same place all their lives, that's up to them. But I feel that it's really actually very useful for one's personal growth, is to actually experience living in different places, to get tastes of different environments, to push yourself beyond the known. It's very easy to fall back on those people that we know around us in a place we've become familiar with. We get familiar with all of those people that surround us in the area, and we kind of rely on that community to help us if we need help. But there's always going to be new communities, and who's to say that just because you're in somewhere that's wonderful that you can't find someplace that's even better for you, because as you change there might be something that's more suitable for you. So this is what I'm reflecting on today, and I invite you to reflect on the same, because even if you're living somewhere that's really beautiful and wonderful and you look around, if you're being truly honest with yourself, can you actually say, yes, I'm totally in tune with this place and there's nowhere else I'd rather be? Or can you speak to your heart and discover that actually maybe you have outgrown this place and that you're clinging on because it's safe? Sometimes things happen. We may have some experience, some knocks, some bumps, and recently when I was staying in a place off grid, I got some knocks and bumps on my car from a cow, and I don't want to put too much meaning on this because I've had lots of situations happen with my vehicles over the last 2 years, and don't really want to put too much meaning on it because I think that's not helpful. But today it occurred to me that maybe it's like moving the vehicle, and that the car, which is a vehicle, maybe is encouraging my body vehicle to also consider how might it choose to move on, move to a different pasture, or to view things from a different standpoint, whatever standpoint that may be. And of course there is no standpoint, because we are constantly changing and moving, so we are fluid, in flow, moving with grace and ease, keeping ourselves on the leading edge, on the highest trajectory, and aligning with the highest possibilities. That's the main point of being here, rather than staying stagnant or becoming limited in our comfort zones and not willing to push ourselves beyond to experience and trial something else. So this is something worth consideration, contemplation and meditation. You look around you, feeling into the environment that you live in, feeling into the frequency of that environment, all of those souls that have congregated to where you may be living. Certainly where I live, it's becoming very, very dense lately. A lot more people keep moving in. A lot of the London overflows are turning up here, and some of those are buying second homes, putting the prices up, and others are just coming here because they've just had enough of where they've been. You know, if they've been in the city, of course they're going to want to go somewhere less city-like, but maybe they're not ready to go somewhere a little bit more rural. So I invite you to contemplate where it is that you live, contemplate your environment, contemplate those around you, contemplate the energy and the frequency that you're living in. Feel it from your heart center, the heart portal, that cosmic heart. Feel into it and address it if you are able to, because being in a space of expansion is always the best way to live. It's always the way that's going to be the most heart-opening and life-affirming, because when people keep themselves small, they tend to stop themselves flowing in that graceful ease that comes with just moving forwards, being bold, trusting in your heart, trusting in the way. So, I wish you all a beautiful day. My name is ZsaZsa, and thank you for watching. Like, subscribe and share. Cheers.